Hello everyone, this is Marco from Forex and I'd like to welcome you to another video lesson. Today I'm talking about a setup I call the pivot retest setup. On this setup, the price breaks through a daily pivot level and makes a retest on the same day. I will not go over on how to calculate the daily pivot levels. If you have any question regarding this matter, please check out my articles I wrote about daily pivots. In my chart, the thicker purple line here is my daily pivot. The smaller red lines are my pivot support levels. The first one is support level 1, then support level 2, and the last one is support level 3, and the green lines represent the resistance levels. This strategy doesn't use any more indicators besides the daily pivots and is very easy to duplicate. What are we looking for is that the price breaks a daily pivot level and makes a retest to that level, and then we look for an entry with a reversal candle. So in this case here, the price broke the daily pivot, it broke even the support level here, and then came all the way back up to the daily pivot, and here we got a reversal candle, a kind of a doji candle here, and that's an entry for us. We put the stop behind the daily pivot in this case, and we're looking for the next pivot level as a target here. One important thing to look for is that we have to make sure to trade with the trend. So if we want to trade to the downside here, we have to make a lower low, and in an uptrend we have to make a higher high. In this case we broke that swing low here and making a lower low here. The price came up to the daily pivot, making a lower high, and here we got the entry. Then we made a new lower low, breaking that old swing low here, and broke again a support pivot here. Price came back up to the pivot line, and price again moved down and tested that last support level here. I'm scrolling a bit here to the next example. Here we got another one. We actually got another example on the day before. We had a price here breaking that first pivot resistance line, the green line here, and then making a retest of that pivot level, and we also got a pin bar candle here for an entry. Target got hit here at the second pivot resistance line here, and even the price moved quite further to the upside. We're only looking for the next pivot level as a target. And then of course we got the setup here. We got the break of the pivot level here on the next day and a retest, and also quite a bearish engulfing candle here for an entry. Of course, the larger the candle here, the wider the stop, then we have to put a stop above the bearish candle here, and the target is still the next pivot level. So this is only like a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, but still a good trade here. The price moved further to the downside, breaking even that support pivot level here, made a retest of the pivot level and moved even down further. Then it traded all the way back up here to the previous support level, which is now resistance, and we even got a reversal candle here at that pivot level. But as I said before, we want to make sure to trade with a trend, and here we have an uptrend now in the 15-minute time frame. We made higher high here, and we made also higher lows, so that's not a downtrend anymore in the 15-minute chart, and therefore we have not a signal here to go short at that pivot level. We got the next setups here 2 days later. The break of the daily pivot here and the retest of that level, and also a nice bullish candle here for an entry. Target got hit here at the next pivot resistance line. Price moved further to the upside, came all the way back down, tested that resistance level, which is now support. And we have also a pin bar candle here for an entry. So the price didn't move to our target on that day, so we have two options here. We can either close it at the end of the day or just leave our old target still in place. And as you can see, that target level got hit, and on the next day stop also remained just below that old pivot level here. Here we have the euro dollar chart, just to give you another example, also in the 15-minute time frame. In this case, the euro dollar made a retest here of that daily pivot, or shouldn't say a retest, made a test of the daily pivot and fall pretty hard to the downside from here. Tested that pivot level, but this candle didn't give a good entry. As you can see, we almost closed right before the target level here, so we have to wait for a rebreak here of the next pivot level and a retest, which came here, and we had a bearish engulfing candle here for an entry. Target level got hit. On the next day, the price tested that pivot level here, but no entry here. We made higher highs, so no setup on this day. On the next day, price broke again the daily pivot level to the downside while making lower highs and lower lows. We also have a nice bearish candle here for an entry, and the target level got hit. On the next day, again, price fell from that pivot level, but no valid entry here since we made higher highs. So let's recap things here. The price has to make a retest of the pivot level on the same day when a pivot level has failed as support or resistance. What's happening is that the support pivot level becomes resistance with the retest and vice versa. Look for a reversal candle after the retest to get an entry. Make sure to trade with the trend. You only have a valid entry signal if the price made a lower low before the retest for a possible short trade and a higher high before a possible long trade. And the stop is above the pivot level and the target is the next pivot level. This is a good strategy if you like to keep things simple, and if you liked the video, feel free to check out my other videos at liveforexdaytrading.com. Have a great day, bye.